Okay, who's next? Okay,
Mayor, you know, Councilmember Bivens is right. You know, and you made a statement, and you've mentioned that several times, that during the campaign, you told people what you wanted to do. You ran on a certain platform, but, you know, from the very beginning, you know, you and I sat down and talked. And I said communication is important. You don't tell the staff, you don't tell the administrator, you don't tell council. You talk to them and you get buy-in. And as Councilmember Bivens is saying, and others have said here today, and you, we haven't really sat down and talked about what is your definition of change. What is it that you base that on? You mentioned that you have vision and you went to the mayor's conference, but you didn't share that with us. You didn't share what your concerns are. You didn't come back and say, this is what I'm hearing at other places. And you've told me several times, or at least one time at a council meeting even, you said, I told them when I ran. And I mentioned to you that, yes, when you're running for office, those people who really are for you, regardless of what you say. A lot of people are for you based upon what you say, and they know what you say. A lot of people aren't even for you. And some people vote for you, and they don't know what you said. So after you win, and granted you are the mayor, and you are the leader of this council, you officiate at these meetings of council, but you have never sat down with this council and talked to us about, and what you said when I asked you about it, you said, I told you. I told everybody when I ran. And for the reasons I just mentioned, you need, you know, there are three things. You tell people what you tell them, you tell them what you told them, and you tell them what you told them.
If you would please stick to the item before us.
And the item before us is based upon the fact that you're saying that you want to make a change. You're doing this for philosophical differences. It is your decision, but you haven't really explained, as Councilmember Bivens to us, sat down with us and talked about it. You've only made, as Councilmember Liddell said, one real change in any appointments that we've had is this one. Even when we did a solid waste appointment, that wasn't for discussion. We came to council and I mentioned, we've never had appointments like this where you didn't put whose term was expiring, but was consideration of this person for this term. We need to sit down, Mayor, and I've told you that on several occasions. I've asked you.
Okay.
Yes.
If you would please stick to the...
Will we sit down and talk about this? I'm going to call for the question that's on the floor to vote on option number 1.
All right, call for the question. Vote on call for the question. Those in favor of call for the question? Well, you have to call for the question. You have two-thirds.
You already got a second.
I don't think you have to vote on call for the question, do you?
No.
No.
Call for the question actually means to cut off debate, and that has to be approved by 2/3 majority
Exactly.
vote. Yeah.
Exactly. So call for the question must be approved by 2/3.